Hello, fellow warriors against consensus reality, lovers of truth, wisdom, the pursuit of the esoteric path, slayers of two-faced, hypocritical, backstabbing gobshites, lovers of irreverence and sarcasm. It's a sunny day, but it's a windy day, which means it's an anti-snooty gobshite day, which is probably a good day for my cafe session a bit later. But I thought I'd begin proceedings with a video. You might be wondering about the title of this video today. Well, mainly it sort of goes hand in glove with what I've been discussing, especially in my last video, and similar stream of theme. But in today's world, especially in many people interacting more online through any platform of social media, whether it be YouTube, Facebook, whatever, right? Discord. If you're not on Discord, don't. In the words of Admiral Akbar, it's a trap. You'll never find a bigger hive of scum and villainy anywhere in the social media world, but that's beside the point. But platforms like YouTube, where you have live streams and people interacting and people are mindless, honourless drama whores and so forth. Hell, even in the real world. Where honour, loyalty, truth, self-respect and respect generally are shat upon and allowed to trail in the dust. Oh, for fuck's sake, hang on. There we go. For fuck's sake, I was having issues with my recently edited channel picture. For some reason it just disappeared. But yeah, it's people don't know how to uphold the important virtues anymore, many of which are written on the left hand of my channel picture here, especially the first three, I would say. It's people are just increasingly backstabbing cunts, and there are fewer and fewer people you can actually count on whose shield and sword and spear you can count on in the phalanx formation called life, right? Especially in today's fascist Orwellian nightmare world, where the New Zealand government says, for truth, listen to us, right? And what's next? The clock striking 13 and 2 plus 2 equals 5? I don't think so. Anyone with any kind of self-respect uses the faculties that each of us have at our disposal to seek the truth for ourselves. And as my this pagan monk channel motto says so clearly, to speak the truth is a lonely path. It really is. It's not going to get you many friends, neither will it get you much YouTube clout. And when you are interacting in any kind of live stream chat, it gives you a sense of pride, really. I use it in the real sense, not in the rainbow flag sense. That word has been shat upon for fucking too long. Because pride goes in hand with honour, truth, courage, fidelity, right? Yeah, and discipline. Because we're living in a world where people feel they can be absolute cunts without any kind of accountability or responsibility for their words or actions. Well, I'm sorry, but there are people like myself who exist to remind you that you're full of crap, and we're going to take the piss out of you because you're so full of yourself and you think you're above reproach. Well, I'm sorry, but you're not. And There's a simple rule living in this country, which I always found it fascinating and amusing in equal measure. If you're a cunt with me, I'll be a cunt times 10. But if you're a good bloke, I'll bend over backwards to help you, right? And you'll find that, speaking the truth, especially today, it's for your benefit as much as it is for the other person's. Because if you discover something through your own journey and your own rite of passage through life, then you have the responsibility to share it with others when you can and where appropriate. Are you hearing me, Abrahamic gobshites? But unfortunately, we're living in a world where, to put into my terms, we're living in a world of backstabbing, hubris-drenched Persians. And the small band of 300 are trying to hold the line, hold the phalanx formation in the narrow path of Thermopylae against the ravaging horde. But it's kind of funny that, because the one who betrayed the 300, Ephialtes, is actually the modern Hellenic word for nightmare. Funny that. So his infamy, in a way, lives on. I've always found that really interesting upon discovery. And in case you haven't noticed, I've added the Spartan shields to my channel picture here, and I think it's quite appropriate. I do have a couple of them as ancestors somewhere along the line from mum's side, somewhere, going back further enough. Hers was the cool side of the family, the artists and writers and poets and musicians and thinkers and all the rest of that, especially during the horrific Ottoman times, because that part of where they were from was under Venetian rule and not Ottoman rule, so we're lucky in that regard. So to put it into other words, we didn't learn the traditions and the way of thinking of Chabibides, right? Certain Hellenic speakers who listen will know what I'm talking about, especially you, Theo. And but that's the thing. I mean, to stand upright in full conviction of the truth that you have discovered, that takes a lot of courage, because you're fighting against the ravenous horde of mindless propaganda media consumers who don't even stop to think or even question. And those of us who do stop to think and question are labelled tinfoil hat wearing conspiracy theorists. No, we just use our fucking brain. Right? Many of us have read 1984 and Brave New World and Animal Farm. Many of us actually have learnt to use our critical thinking faculties. Especially when the scamdemic happened. Jeez, and now what? Monkeypox? Seriously? And now, suddenly, Omicron variant. Well, first of all, can you stop with the cultural appropriation? Okay? Right? I know we were awesome and everything, but seriously. But, jeez. It's like, oh no, it's, first of all, it's flu season here now, right? So, of course, the mainstream propaganda machine is pounding on the, oh no, scamdemic virus is still a threat. Which is a fucking joke, because more and more people are realising, well, for fuck's sake, people aren't dropping on the streets like you people made out that we would. And people are realising, well, crap, life goes on and nothing really much has changed. And, because you stop to question and ask questions, and of yourself first of all, and others. And when you're in a position of being a lone wolf, that is the most liberating position you can be, because you really don't give a fuck what others think. And a person who is in that position is dangerous indeed. And that's a way to be. Dangerous. And sharing the truth where you can. Usually I find sarcasm an effective tool. But yeah, it takes a lot of courage to stand firm, upright, with shield, spear and sword against an immeasurable horde of backstabbing, naysaying, clueless, obedient gobshites. But now's the time to stand more firm, plant your feet a little further apart and more firmly in the ground against the onslaught of the so-called immortals. Yeah, that was good, wasn't it? Right? Send in your so-called immortals, and they were slaughtered by 300 men. And then, oops, we just killed your elite unit. Now what have you got? That always cracks me up. And the claim of Leonidas, you will be struck from the history books. No one will know your name. Well, guess what? It's 2,500 years later, and we still honour the man. So, fuck you. And while there is still a Hellas, however, there's no Persia. It's Iran now. And it's funny, in any kind of ancient history post on Facebook or whatever, the most butthurt ones on that topic are Iranians. It absolutely cracks me up. It's like, yeah, your ancestors were pussies. That's your problem, not mine, right? Oh, I think I'll leave it there. Yeah, stand firm. Share the truth in any small way you can, when you can. Because people you have a fondness for deserve it. And you deserve to continue expressing your excellence, and thereby your own, I'll put it this way, you tend to like yourself more when you do continue in the all-important virtues. We don't need less honour, we need more of it. And more truth, more courage, more fidelity, right? Especially self-reliance these days. Wow. But yeah, as always, to speak the truth is a lonely path. The heathen, hammer-wielding, gobshite-slaying, irreverent, sarcastic lone wolf on guitar, out.